What up, guys? It's your boy Nancy, aka Better Be for the Rock Solid Show. Boy. Alright, guys, so this is gonna be a direct video about this guy. You see this guy? He puckers his lips like he's about to do what he usually does when Keemstar is around, which is suck his. So basically, what I want to talk about is there's a situation that occurred several days ago with this girl named Pokimane, or whatever the heck her name. She does a live stream. I don't know if she's a gamer or not. I'm not really sure. I'm not very familiar of Pokimane. I did heard of her, and that's all I know about her. And there's incident where she went after some other streamer, sponsors, for criticizing her. Now there are several YouTubers that actually came out, made videos about this, shared their opinion on it. There's days ago. That's when it happened, like several days ago. But yet Kavos, this guy that's on the screen here, just decided to make a video about this. And you could argue that, well, that was during the time when H3H3 came out with his video, exposed video on Keemstar. And Kavos decided to make a video about that because he was he was trying to defend his friend, Keemstar. The thing is, that's the whole point, right? Because this guy makes this whole entire video about this girl going after sponsors. Then he makes another video where he goes, well, before this one, actually, where he went after H3H3 for going after sponsors and tries to defend his best friend Keemstar, where Keemstar, in fact, actually went after sponsors before H3H3. Right? There's videos, there's evidence of Keemstar actually going after sponsors before anyone else. Now, if you don't understand what I'm saying, basically what I'm trying to say is that H3H3 been facing criticism from multiple YouTubers, including Kavos, for going after Keemstar's sponsor, G Fuel. Now, H3H3 explains why he went after G Fuel, and it makes the perfect explanation. It makes absolutely 100% sense because G Fuel has been a sponsor of Keemstar since the beginning. Like, it's you don't think G Fuel without thinking Keemstar. Like, they go hand in hand. And another thing is, Keemstar always get away. He always gets away by manipulating his viewers, by lying, deceiving them, and they always suck on his ass like leashes, and it's hard to get rid of them and hard to convince them that Keemstar is a very bad dude. So why not go after their sponsors? And that makes sense that H3H3 went after Keemstar sponsors, and he says that's the only reason I went after G Fuel is because G Fuel been a part of Keemstar, and Keemstar been a part of G Fuel from the start. Now, again, the point here is Keemstar also went after YouTuber sponsors, telling them that they shouldn't sponsor this particular YouTuber, right? And this is way before H3H3 went after G Fuel. Kavos, his best friends with this guy, had no idea, I guess, because apparently he just made a whole video criticizing this girl of going after sponsors when made a whole entire video defending Keemstar for being a piece of shit. Basically just brushing it off like it's something that he did in the past and he's changed his views. Now, okay, the point here, okay, again, let me not just, I don't want to sound incoherent here. Okay, so I don't want you guys to get lost. So let's summarize real quick. Here's what I brought up already. Kavos decided to make an entire video to defend Keemstar, his best friend. He's friends with Keemstar. He mentioned that multiple times in this defense video for Keemstar, where he goes after H3H3 and criticizes H3H3 for going after sponsors, and he says this is unprecedented, and he basically opens a doorway towards it's being okay to go after people's sponsors when it shouldn't be. And I agree with that. It shouldn't be okay to go after other YouTubers who are not like Keemstars. You know what I'm saying? Like, Keemstar is a special case. Why is it a special case? I mentioned this before. It's hard to convince his YouTubers, his viewers, okay? And I get it. I get why his supporters it's hard to convince his supporters. Many of the supporters, they rely on him for the drama. They enjoy the drama. They enjoy the hate, the spreading of lies and deception, the manipulation. They enjoy it. Now, obviously not all of them, because there are many of them who unsubscribe. Thank God, there are good people out there, who were deceived and not and unaware of Keemstar's actual character. Anyway, he decided to make a whole entire video. Kavos decides to make a whole entire video trying to defend Keemstar and criticizes H3 for going after G Fuel, for going after Keemstar's sponsor. But then, without realizing that Keemstar himself went after people's sponsors. Do you not see the irony? Let me rephrase that. Do you not see the hypocrisy of this guy being freaking is hypocritical? He did an entire video defending Keemstar, when in fact Keemstar is one of the earliest people on YouTube, one of the earliest YouTubers to go after sponsors, and he is known to go after sponsors within the YouTube community. Like, people are afraid of him because of that fact, and and there are countless of evidence actually Keemstar acknowledging that. Not what is that even the right word or terminology? Acknowledging that? No, there are evidence that he actually says that's what he does. He will go after your sponsors. He says that. There are multiple evidence of that. So again, Kavos decided to make this entire video going after Pokimane, or Pokimane, whatever the hell name is, for going after sponsors. Now, the thing is, I agree with everything he said in that video. Like, who is Pokimane or Pokimane, what the freak her name is, to go after someone's sponsors just because she was being criticized? It's not even criticized, just light jabs of jokes about her videos, TikTok videos or whatever. Like, it's really, it's really sad. It's really horrible of her to do such a thing. But again, here's the point: who is Kavos to criticize Pokimane after making an entire video pointing the finger at H3 when he should have been pointing the finger at Keemstar himself as well, for being one of the earliest people and for being openly saying that he will go after people's sponsors if they dare to criticize him. You know what I'm saying? You see the irony here? Do you understand what I'm talking about? The hypocrisy? Like, it's disgraceful, you know? Like, I don't know if Kavos realizes this or not, but he's criticizing or made an entire video today, upload an entire video about Pokemon and how she can't take criticism, when Keemstar himself is openly saying, I will not take criticism, I will attack you, and I will attack your sponsors, and I will attack whatever, of support that you have. This is Keemstar. And Kavos calls him his friend. Again, so how can you take Kavos seriously? How can anyone take Kavos seriously? He's just, unless he's willing to criticize a major YouTuber like Keemstar and condemn Keemstar openly, publicly, and support the movement of the leading drama alert from YouTube because of its toxic energy that it spreads throughout the world. How can we support Kavos? It just doesn't make sense. Also, let me add another point on the video that Kavos uploaded defending Keemstar. He brings up a old tweet, actually a more recent tweet, where Keemstar changed his opinion on mental illness. He has this epiphany or revelation that now he realizes how serious mental illness is. The man is 38 years old. It does. Okay, so here's the point. So Kavos uses this tweet as evidence that Keemstar changes his views on mental illness after the death of Erika. So what was going on? Why did Keemstar change his views? According to Keemstar, he says that he spent 15 hours in private calls and DMs trying to help people with suicidal thoughts, I believe he meant to say, and only then does he realize how widespread mental illness is. Only then does he realize that. Okay, though, again, see, this guy's like 38 years old. Okay, anyway, whatever. Here's the point. I knew people went through hard times since I was a kid. Since I was like 10, 12, I realized these things. Like, I was young, I was a very young age. I realized people go through so much stuff. And matter of fact, when I was a teenager myself, I went through some of these things. I went through depression, and I been bullied a lot, and I thought of killing myself. I actually did. So this is something I can't help but believe that everyone had experienced, maybe not depression, but realize and know about depression. Know people go through it, and know people actually commit suicide because of it. This is information that I believe, honestly, is common knowledge. You know, how does this man, 38 years old, not realize this until now? You know, like, how does he not realize how widespread mental illness is, and how, people, hundreds of people in a year kill themselves because of mental issues or problems or in their lives. So for those of you who support Keemstar, please answer me that question. Kavos, please answer me that question. How is that possible? That only now does he realize how widespread mental illness is. And another point is, the only reason I believe that he decided to have this revelation where he only realizes now how widespread mental illness is because during the death of Etika, the passing of Etika, he was tweeted, commented, blamed for Etika's death. They blamed him for not directly, or maybe even some saying that directly having influenced Etika to commit suicide. And only then does he try to exonerate himself and try to defend himself, try to, even helping with the funeral of Etika, only because his self interest, it helps his self interest. Like, he was getting so much hate because of it. And the reason why I truly believe that's the case is when Basher, another YouTuber that Keemstar decided to falsely accuse of being a pedophile, had his breakdown. Keemstar was concerned of him being blamed for his death. So he, instead of being worried or concerned of Basher actually killing himself because he's just, of a human being losing his life, what I mean, all he was concerned is about how he would look. That he even thought that Basher would kill himself just to make him look bad. And this is a point that was brought up by of H3 in his second video he uploaded called Fallout against Keemstar, and that was a great example of how you can never take Keemstar seriously. You can't believe any word he actually says. Like, it doesn't make sense to believe him, Kavos. Like, how can you even support this piece of shit? So therefore, anything he says could be just a way to manipulate someone to believe in his supporters in particular, and his viewers, to think that he's misunderstood, when in fact he's just a narcissist psychopath that doesn't care about anybody or anything but himself. So let me summarize. Kavos is a hypocrite, Keemstar is a psychopath, and both of them should not have a channel on YouTube anymore. Unless Kavos decide to condemn Keemstar and support the movement to have Drama Alert deleted from YouTube. And only then will I forgive and forget, everything that Kavos done to support and defend Keemstar.